No vehicles, no spoofing, no going out of my room, and not even going to try and walk. I have tried traveling 1,000 kilometers in Pokemon Go in 1 week. Long story short, I actually didn't make it. So you can leave this video now because I don't want to waste your time. But in the game, I somehow still made a really long distance that even a normal person wouldn't able to do. You may be wondering how? Well, simply by taking advantage of my ADHDs of bouncing my leg. Yep. That's right. I'm going to keep doing this for a long period of time. And I have a time limit of just a single week. From Monday 9 AM local time till next week at the same time. Basically, I'm using the weekly reward you see in games as my indicator for my progress. This one in Pokemon Go has a fitness tracker called Adventure Sync, where you have to turn it on so the phone can track how far you have traveled. So without further ado, let's get started. So day 1, I'm just gonna put my leg up here and I'll explain things along the way. Now, why am I doing this? I've seen so many weird challenges online and this one is no different. So why not, right? The moment I found this trick, I decided to keep it to myself and make it into content someday. So here we are. The main inspiration for this was the one video I saw when I was trying to find ways to hatch some eggs. Like the one girl using a sock where she put her phone inside it and she started dangling it for a while. Which got me thinking, but the phone counts a distance in the game as long as it detects any quick dangling motion, such as if your phone is in your pocket. This got me really excited, and when I get excited, I often have a habit of bouncing my leg and gave me a brilliant idea. I decided to put my phone inside my pants. It works better if it has those elastic thingies by the ankle so it doesn't slip out. And upon discovering this trick, it allowed me to trick the game that I'm actually going for a jog. So day 1 is done, and I only made it 20 kilometers. This is a very disappointing start, not gonna lie. I ended this day and began bouncing my leg on day 2. Now this brings us to some caution about doing this trick. Yesterday, my phone experienced some technical issues, which happens quite often. Even when I try to bounce my leg, it sometimes fails to detect the distance, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. Every hour I get 10 kilometers if it works normally. I could have actually gotten at least 60 kilometers yesterday, so that was one of the problems doing this trick. But thankfully, by the end of the second day, I managed to get my phone to work with the Adventure Sync. I started around 4 AM in the morning and finished up my day at 10 PM, which got me a distance of 90 kilometers, which means I shook those legs for 9 hours at least. So this is the results we're looking for. Now on day 3, which is Wednesday, I'm going to explain how I balance my life throughout this challenge. You see, I still have other real life responsibilities that need to be taken care of, or where I won't be sitting around all day and shake my leg for hours. And now the fact that my phone was having trouble picking up distance from day 1 and on day 2, which was my full day off, I bounced my leg all day. Of course, I took a break every few hours, but despite that, it got to the point that my leg felt really fatigued, even if I had to use both of my legs to take turns, and only managed to get to 110 kilometers by the end of the second day. And I knew that the 1,000 kilometers challenge was pretty much over, because in order to travel that far in the game, I need to at least cover 142 kilometers every single day for the next 7 days. So yeah, it's pretty much over when I went all in on day 2, which I only made 90 kilometers of distance. I finished day 3 and managed to make it to 188 kilometers. In order to get to 1,000, I should have at least made it to 426 kilometers by now, which is not even close. Now on day 4, on Thursday, I realized that traveling 1,000 kilometers on this game in a week was essentially impossible. So I had a new goal in mind. If I manage to travel 142 kilometers in a single day by doing this leg bouncing trick for the next few days until the end of this challenge, this indicates that traveling 1,000 kilometers daily in 1 week without using any vehicle or some automated device that gets the same motion as I'm currently doing is pretty much possible. Every hour I get 10 kilometers if I focus on just bouncing my leg. But in my current situation, it's kind of difficult to do that now because of other real life stuff going on. And I'm currently working on my Minecraft video while editing and animating as well, so it's really hard to multitask. I finished at day 4 and I'm at 256, which means I only managed to get a distance of 68 kilometers since I started this morning at 188 kilometers. I began day 5 on Friday. Now remember, I have to at least travel 142 kilometers in a single day with the remaining days I have to prove traveling 1000 kilometers is possible. Never mind, I woke up late today. I started to feel my leg getting pretty exhausted, not to mention some other stuff to do, which I only managed to get 32 kilometers today. So that's 288 kilometers thus far. On day 6, Saturday, I started at 288 kilometers, but I lost track of my sleep schedule. Woke up late again and had to run some errands later that day. But I still did my best to gain some distance in the game. Not only did I try my best to get the proven distance, but I also feel determined to get to 500 kilometers by the end of this challenge. The day finished with me getting a distance of 38 and ending up at 326 kilometers this far. On day 7, I went all out. I woke up at 6 in the morning with some of my energy recovered and I immediately went. At the end of it, I managed to get quite a distance, so later at midnight on Sunday, it got me thinking, maybe I should stay up all night and continue this challenge. And it's also my day off on Monday, so I might as well sacrifice my normal sleep schedule. As much as I want to be productive during these late hours, I could barely even stay focused, let alone be creative. So I simply play some games all night while using all of my leg strength until the next day hits 9 AM local time in the morning. So on my last day, from Sunday, starting at 326 kilometers and finished the challenge on 9 AM on Monday without any sleep. I think I was awake for more than 24 hours. I managed to get 163 kilometers with a final distance of 489 kilometers. One good rest later. Bro, in the game, I basically traveled from Germany to Netherlands with that distance. Now let's give it a quick look. On this final distance is my highest record in Pokemon Go. Way higher than any of my past attempts. With that said, even I didn't get close to 1000, I proved that if you bounce your leg for at least 15 hours straight every single day for a whole week, you could definitely get to 1000 kilometers. Plus with a lot of free time and a good smartphone with a responsive fitness tracker, it's definitely possible. Now, for anyone who's going to try it much farther than I did, of course only by bouncing your leg, let alone walking it out, good luck. And please do be careful. I only try this very safely. Like, can you imagine if I actually tried to walk that far? I would have probably collapsed and gotten lost in the middle of nowhere. So the last question now is, am I going to try this again? No. But considering how enticing this challenge is, probably if this channel gets big enough, then I'll consider it. If it does happen sooner than expected, well, who knows what will happen. But I'm a man of my word. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. I have more videos coming up this month, so bye.